All right, all praise to the Most High Yahweh and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach Yahushai. Peace and blessings to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. All right, in this video, we're going to do comment section to Israel DNA, comment section. So let's get into the comments. So Farouk Croson is asking or saying a comment or asking a question. Shalom, Ak, YDA haplogroup E1B1B is Esau / Edom. True. It makes perfect sense. And now we have these people over here in Quartz, Minneapolis. Should we, as Israelite, be trying to relocate to a more Israelite dominant area? Would appreciate your advice, bro, because I'm saving to leave. My response to that comment is it's up to your income. So as we become more aware of these things through various types of information that we are gaining and understanding that we are being able to uh, digest. I think I said all of that backwards. With the more information that we are being able to digest, and with the understanding that comes with the digestion of the information, always be aware of your surroundings and your environment. Always be mindful of your income, and it's always up to your income. So I'm not, big on, anybody flee doctrine or whatever. My thing is, as long as you know who your people are as Israelites and who are the other people as the other nations, you should be able to move wherever you want based off your income. So even if it's outside the country, if a job is taking you over there and your income supports you, just do it. Just be mindful of Jacob Trouble and all the other things that come along with that identity of being Israel. So um, I myself live in Houston, very diverse city. Um, my income supports me to live here, and that's it. Should I leave? Only if my income supports me leaving, but other than that, I'm aware of my surrounding. I live in a neighborhood surrounded by a lot of Latino people. So it's like, there's black people or other Bantu groups of people in the area, but mostly it's um, white people and then Hispanic people and then the various groups of different Bantu people, Caribbean people, and others. So um, if you can relocate to a rural setting to where you have a setup to where there's a congregation of Hebrew Israelites doing rural setups to where you're out in the country somewhere. Why not do it? But other than that, um, if you are making it where you are making it, and you are aware of the groupings of the hobby shop people or the other Amora, Tigray, all those other Ethiopian groups of people that could be Edom or could be Japhetic people. Um, just deal with it until we are able to um, move when the Most High give us the right to move under His guidance and protection. Other than that, carry on with whatever things that you're doing to maintain your identity as an Israelite. That's the best advice I could give you. Um, let's see. Somebody said that was very interesting. Shalom. Um, Rebecca Emmanuel or Emmanuel. That was a month ago. Yeah. Do you have any specific, or my bad, do you have any scientific evidence, DNA, that Esau, Edom is questioned? Because according to the scripture, Jacob and Esau are twin brothers. Yeah, and that's why I say the things I say about A1B1A and A1B1B, because obviously there's a divide so much, excuse me, so much of a divide to where, you know, you could literally see the grouping breaking point, so there's a massive chart, and I don't have any, reference screens to refer to, but the E haplogroup is a big group of DNA and proteins, and all it is saying is out of all the proteins that we have, you know, certain proteins repeat so many times until they stop repeating, and it breaks down into those subclades, and then the subclades do the same thing, and then it breaks down further into another group, and then into another group until you don't get that many breakdowns of the proteins anymore, and it's like, okay, this is another group, and the other group do similar as the other groupings of people until it's not able to break down the protein anymore. And that's the best way I could explain the reoccurring um, mutations or whatever proteins that are consistent within related groups until they are not related anymore. So, but this is talking about the E haplogroup, and that's the border. Those are the borders, So it goes into a certain count of the protein, and then it stops. And so, um, let's see. The next comment, that was by Chris, and I say that also because everybody is not aware that Edom is still dark complexion. So that's about it. The Tares are obviously um, pale complected or um, lighter skinned complexion of Edom, but Edom is a dark complexion group of people, ruddy skinned people, so that's what I'm saying about that, Chris. The next one, chicken with yams with a Z. Man, you seem very knowledgeable. but at times I get lost. Me too. I get lost too, and I like to sidetrack, go on rants, and that's just the thing that I often do, and that's why most of the time when I make videos, it goes like too long, too often, and I try my best to get better at those things, go straight to the point and move on. So hopefully we could get there sooner than later. Um, Ukraine stuff, most of the time, I like trolling. I do like news pieces, troll rant. Um, Writing a happy group map. This is from a subscriber that often leaves comments and replies. And I think in other videos I responded to this, yeah, and or maybe not because I think he asked me about the there's a another comment that he left about this A double zero or A0 question. I think the guy was named Albert Perry or something, and it was dealing with a rare haplogroup being found among slaves. And like I said before, um, often during the slave trade, a lot of the slave trade was dealing with broken kingdoms and empires that already had captives from tribal wars and other empire uh, uh, versus kingdom wars already. So a lot of time you would have multiple captives of groups of people that wouldn't probably necessarily be Bantu based, and not just that, but most of the Bantu people, because of the way that everything was laid out during those time period, most of them had other Bantu groups of people captive from um, prior years and other, events before. So, very common that you have other groups outside Bantu groups of people um, in the slave trade as captives, and you find that with the Hausa people, with the Fula people, because of you find a lot of L1 and E1A groupings of people within the African American community, and that's the tell-all sign as well. So it's not just the A group, the E1A, or the L1 or the L0. It's multiple groups because we all are dark complected people, and the same with portions of other groups of people. So if you were a dark complexion people in that region, because by that time a lot of people already been relocated from Europe to different parts of West Africa and other parts. So, you know, it's one of those things where a majority of the groupings of people that was put into the different slave trades in North Africa and West Africa was mostly dealing with Bantu groups of people. Um, so, not to just skip over your comment, but yeah, I recognize most of the time he's also making good points in a reply for me. So um, I'm just saying from other comments what I noticed about this person that replied from Yeshua um, reborn 91. Let's see. I have no beef. And this one, I think this person is talking about the other side of DNA information in the Hebrew Israelite community. Like this is multiple comments, and no, I don't get into any type of what's the word dispute over anything. I could care less. I just care about the information, and that's about it. And a lot of points, and maybe in this one, I'll go and make a whole separate video about this comment section. So we'll go by that because I know exactly the channel and the people he is talking about, and um, we could get into that in another video. Remember, I'm trying to um, properly, make comment replies and videos for the comment section and make it short and sweet and edifying for a lot of people. Which country you support in this war? Whichever country get me and my people home the fastest. So right now, Russia, later on it could be Germany or another country, but whoever could get us to World War III the fastest. Yeah, if Ukraine keep on making messing up, they'll be the better bet. They look like they are throwing the game with all the help they are getting. So a year ago, I'm assuming that the Caribs are not E1B1A either. G, this is from G. Read more. I'm trying to make sense of why St. Lucia and Dominica has a lower EM2, E1B1A. Very interesting stuff. Thanks. Well, a lot of it is just dealing with movement of people in modern era. So modern era, people migrate um, to travel and to work abroad to begin with, or to relocate because of a job opportunity. Other than that, as a native marker to those regions, yeah, E1B1A is not a native marker to that region. It's just a extension from uh, slave movement into that region, and that's why. And not just that, but after a while, a lot of countries with their slave population, they, obviously wanted to white out the population and get rid of a lot of those groups of people, even if they have to send a lot of those people back to Europe. And that's the whole irony of the whole setup of the dark people from Europe being relocated before the Atlantic slave trade to the west coast of Africa and to other places that was a territory of those colonies or to those empires. And then uh, slavery happened, more um, slaves or dark um, complected people that either are Bantu or Asiatic um, Africans are relocated to those regions, and it displaces a lot of those groups of people, the Arawak and all the other European dark complected people that was relocated. And so now you have competing numbers, and that always been the case within the Americas, even with the different waves of Japhetic people coming in to overtake uh, the Moabites that was over here before the Japhetic people. So um, sometimes it's just that way. Um, let's see. We need to know how you came up with this list. Then, how do you know each subclade? So the list is just the list from Genesis, the way that the children are birthed, because that's how um, the order goes with the DNA information, how the branches start to break off. you know so remember, we are doing the information by closely related. So that's how the chart is set up, closely related. And I think that's about it for right now. We'll come back to other comments in the next video when I get into this part right here. But yeah, to all the brothers and sisters that are living in the situation that they are living, and if it's sustainable, just stay and deal with everything. Just be mindful and be aware of your surroundings. Don't forget to properly to prevent and to protect yourself from harm, period. And other than that, if you have the means and the abilities to relocate, just do it. It's not up to me to live your life or you to live my life. Um, those are the things that we are expected to do as responsible adults, to move away, to learn things about other cultures to begin with. So now that we have this information, at least we could do it to the best of our ability to at least protect ourselves when we are abroad. And that's about it. With that being said, once again, thank y'all for the views and the comments. Feel free to leave a view, not a view, but to leave a comment, and I'll reply to it as soon as possible with a video or reply in the comment section. And like always, all praise to the Most High Yahweh, and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach Yahushai. Peace and blessings once again to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. Thank y'all again, and see y'all in the next video.